When the name Kimtaehyung is mentioned, the world seems to pause for a moment. There is something different in the resonance of his name, a certain aura that no one else possesses. In 2025, this phenomenon becomes even clearer. It is not only fans who feel its impact, but also international media, fellow artists, and even public figures who repeatedly mention his name. It is as if Taehyung's charm has surpassed the limits of an artist and transformed into a global cultural icon. But what makes him so influential? Is it simply because of his much-praised looks, often described as the perfect face? Or is it because of his voice, gentle yet deep, carrying an unmistakable emotional texture? Or perhaps it lies in his mysterious aura, which always leaves people longing for more? These questions continue to echo, and maybe the answer lies in a combination of all these things, with one crucial addition: sincerity. Taehyung has never tried too hard to be the center of attention, yet that is precisely why he becomes the center of everything. He is the definition of natural allure, something that cannot be fabricated. Even when he is merely walking through an airport, social media trembles, thousands of articles emerge, and millions of hearts race. What Taehyung does is often simple, but the effect is always extraordinary. The year 2025 also reveals a more mature side of Taehyung. He is no longer just a young man with big dreams, but a seasoned artist who fully understands how art can become a universal language. He chooses his projects carefully, every detail carrying a sense of meaning. Whether in music, acting, or fashion, Taehyung always plants his signature identity and identity, now recognized as one of the world's icons. And of course, there is always an element of surprise that he brings. Taehyung never allows his fans to stop guessing. Every new appearance feels like the opening of a new chapter. Sometimes he embraces a classic and elegant style, sometimes an avant-garde approach full of daring. Sometimes he sings heartbreaking ballads. Sometimes he delivers energetic rhythms. No one can ever fully predict his next move, and it is precisely that unpredictability that makes him even more captivating. But behind it all, what moves people the most is the way Taehyung looks at his fans. He does not merely see them as an audience, but as a part of his life. Every time he smiles on stage, it is not just a formality, but an expression of gratitude. Every time he speaks, there is a sincerity that makes his words feel personal, as if addressed to each heart individually. Now the world wonders, how far will Taehyung go? Will he continue expanding his global reach, conquering the worlds of music and acting internationally? Or will he carve out his own unique path, writing history in a way no one has ever done before? The deeper we trace Kimtaehyung's journey in 2025, the clearer it becomes that his charm is not just a temporary phenomenon but a legacy he is building. The world of entertainment has long been filled with new faces that come and go. Yet Taehyung stands as an exception. He does not simply appear. He endures, and more than that, he evolves. What is the secret behind this consistency? Why does Taehyung shine brighter while so many other stars fade away? Perhaps the answer lies in the way he understands time. Taehyung does not rush. He knows how to wait, how to preserve the moment so that when he appears, every eye is truly fixed upon him. Every step he takes seems carefully planned, yet it feels natural, as though he's simply following the flow of destiny, one that has already written his path as an eternal star. In 2025, Taehyung has also become increasingly recognized as someone who bridges generations. For younger fans, he's an inspiration of the present, a symbol that dreams can come true with hard work. For the older generation, he's a reminder of classic beauty, a voice filled with sincerity, an elegant style, and manners wrapped in grace. And for those who stand in between, Taehyung is the connection point, a place where differences of age, language, and even culture dissolve into one shared truth: admiration for him. It cannot be denied that each of his appearances on social media becomes a burning topic. A simple photo he shares can instantly become a global trend. A short phrase he writes can stir the emotions of millions. And when he chooses silence, even that silence becomes speculation, as though the world can never truly look away from him. But behind all the glitz, there is an emotional side that makes Taehyung's story deeply moving. He often shows his care for fans in ways that are subtle yet full of meaning. There are moments when he bows his head longer than expected as he receives the cheers of thousands, as if he is trying to absorb every ounce of love given to him. There are also moments when he appears teary-eyed, allowing his tears to fall, proving that even a star of his magnitude remains a human being with a tender heart. That is what makes him different. Taehyung does not try to hide his humanity behind the grand image of a celebrity. On the contrary, he allows it to be seen, to be felt. And within that vulnerability, he finds his strength. Fans do not only see him as a flawless figure, but as a real human being whom they can love unconditionally. Now, 2025 has become the year when all eyes of the world are fixed on him, with greater curiosity than ever before. Everyone is waiting, everyone is wondering, what great step will he take next? Will he set new records? Will he surprise the world with an international project no one has yet imagined? Or will he choose an entirely different path, proving that Taehyung is an artist beyond prediction? Amid the blinding spotlight, Taehyung continues to stand tall without losing his true self. This is one of the things that makes him so extraordinary, his ability to remain humble in the face of fame that is nearly unmatched. Many other stars fall into the trap of glittering popularity and eventually lose their way, but Taehyung instead finds his footing more firmly. He does not allow the cheers of the world to make him forget who he is. On the contrary, he embraces every roar of applause as energy to keep creating. There was a moment in 2025 when he appeared at a grand event, and journalists asked how it felt to be the center of global attention. Taehyung simply gave a soft smile and calmly replied that he was just an ordinary man who loved music, art, and the people who have always supported him. The answer sounded simple, yet that was where his strength lay, in his simplicity, which stood in stark contrast to the grandeur of the fame he carried. Taehyung's calm presence has become like an oasis in the chaos of the entertainment industry. While many artists race to create sensational headlines, Taehyung instead offers serenity. He does not need scandals to draw attention, nor controversies to stay relevant. With just the look in his eyes, with a small smile, with his voice flowing sincerely, that alone is more than enough to enchant the world. But behind that calmness lies a flame that never dies. Taehyung is a figure full of ambition, even if he rarely shows it outwardly. Every project he takes, every step he chooses, always demonstrates seriousness and a high level of dedication. He never does anything halfway. Even the smallest details, such as the choice of costume colors or the final note in a song, are given his careful attention, infused with love. And that love is what fans can feel through his works. The year 2025 has also become proof of how Taehyung expands his reach internationally in increasingly powerful ways. His appearances at global events are not merely about attending, but about leaving a lasting mark. Every camera that focuses on him seems not only to capture an image, but also to record the energy radiating from within. Taehyung possesses a rare ability to make the world feel silent even when thousands of flashing lights surround him. There is an aura that makes him stand apart, a blend of the serenity of an artist and the power of a great star. In 2025, his appearances on international stages prove this more than ever. It is not only fans who are captivated, but also critics and cultural figures who begin to acknowledge Taehyung as the new representation of a global artist. He's no longer seen merely as a pop idol, but as someone capable of bringing art to a deeper level. With every note he sings, with every expression he delivers, Taehyung seems to dismantle the boundaries of language, culture, and even distance. There was a moment when he performed at a prestigious event abroad, and an audience from various cultural backgrounds fell into silence, just to listen to his voice. No translation, no additional words, only Taehyung's pure voice. And that alone was enough to immerse thousands of people in the same emotion. This was living proof of how art can truly be a universal language. And Taehyung is one of its finest interpreters. Yet success has not made him stop seeking the new. On the contrary, behind all the recognition he receives, Taehyung grows even hungrier for experimentation. The year 2025 reveals a more daring creative side, where he blends musical genres, explores bold visual styles, and even ventures into combining performance art with modern technology. Every step is a risk, but that is where his bravery shines. He is unafraid of failure. because he knows each attempt is part of a much greater artistic journey. And behind all these innovations, there is one thing that remains constant: his connection with fans. No matter how big the stage he stands on, no matter how many achievements he gathers, Taehyung always returns to the same core: love and daddy.
나는 퇴근합니다. 모두 안녕히 계세요. 부랴부랴 당장 집에 갈래요.